great to be here at corporate training in Kansas City. I have Rich McPhillips, one of our key directors from Columbus, Nebraska. In fact, Rich, you and I were just together at Commodity Classic down in Tampa, Florida. So we've had a lot of chance to be talking about ag products with a lot of people. I'm a real believer in X-Cyto on our alfalfa and all the things we do at our farm. I know you're working with some growers out in eastern Colorado on sugar beets. Why don't you share a little bit today some of the results you've seen with some of the products, specifically X-Cyto. I know you've had some kind of exciting results that they've seen by using those products.
Okay, sure will, Charles. Yes, we had a young producer last year was wanting to look at using the X-Cyto. This was our foliar X-Cyto on sugar beets, and I personally don't know a lot about sugar beets and the growth cycle and all that, so I got a hold of the people that I needed to. We got the young guy's name is Andy, but he had 320 acres of sugar beets, and he shared with us in December of this year at one of our AgriVantage seminars that we had at McCook, Nebraska, because of X-Cyto, he cleared, after he paid for the product and so forth, he cleared an extra $100 an acre. Now, and you have 320 acres, he was extremely pleased with what he's got there. The quality of the sugar beet was higher, he had more tonnage per acre, everything he was looking for. He said within 3 days after spraying it, he was having foliar feeding his crop. He had neighbors asking him what he did different, and he left check strips. The difference was just phenomenal. So that's what Andy was seeing there on his particular crop, and they have reordered plus some, and they got a bunch of other producers that are going to do the same thing this year.
Rich, do you know how he used the X-Cyto, how he applied it? Was it the foliar? Was it the soil product?
It was definitely the foliar product.
Foliar product.
And they applied it twice, and just had excellent results with it there, Charles.
Do you have any idea, just let's talk about cost a minute. He realized $100 per acre net profit. Do you know what he had invested cost-wise?
I'm going to say it was approximately less than $15 an acre.
Less than $15 an acre for $100 an acre return.
Yes. So he was,
Rich, that's a new pickup.
Yes.
That's a new pickup.
That is a new pickup for him. And
1 year.
And you got a young farmer out there. This is the difference that keeps people in the agricultural business is what people are seeing here. And, you know, I'll just digress just a little bit. When I start talking to farmers, our goal, like Commodity Classic, where we end up talking to these individuals, we have a program that we can show the average farmer, and I don't think there's such thing as an average farmer anymore. If they're in the business, they're above average. We can increase their yields on average over about a 3-year period, 5 to 10%. Now what that means, I was talking to Larry, a guy here at the program today. He says by going to the Conklin program, he's clearing an extra $80 an acre. Talked to Jerry Cox, one of the national winners at Commodity Classic. He's talking a 35 to 40 bushel an acre increase since he's gone on the Conklin products for the last 4 or 5 years. Significant increase, and that's why these guys at Commodity Classic, we had 11 out of those 27 winners on stage on Friday night. It was just really exciting to see that. 11 of those 27 producers were using our products.
Absolutely.
That's on the national level. We have well in excess of 60 state winners that we know of using a lot of the Conklin products there. We're a very small company in comparison to the Pioneers, the Monsantos, the Bayer corporations, and those type of companies. And when we have, there's 9 different categories that's recognized for the corn production at Commodity Classic. They do have a bean association there as well as the wheat growers. But in the corn side, they register their yields. They have to meet very strict standards to be there and get a national title, even as well as a state title. They have to be proven records by non-biased parties. And there's 9 categories with from strip till, irrigated, dryland, etc. And there's a first, second, and third trophy given for each category. And 11 of those, many of them were first place winners, but 11 out of the 27 are using our products. Right. Not products similar, I want to stress this, not similar products, but our specific 918-9 or 318-18 or the X-Cyto or our Feast XL, not similar products.
Do we have any Nebraska winners?
Yes, we do. Francis Childs has moved to and I ought to let Charles talk about him because he's in your hometown now.
Well, it's great to have Francis join us, Rich and Ben. He's moved his operation. He actually retired. He got to the age he wanted to retire in Manchester, and so he came to Falls City.
Now,
Francis Childs is the world record corn grower, 9 times national champion, actually broke his own world record twice, and in 2002 raised 442.24 bushel per acre corn. Never has been done in the history of the world, a yield that's even been close to that. He now is residing in Falls City, Nebraska, southeastern corner of Nebraska. We're dry land, and we did minimum till dry land last year. It was his 2nd year working with our products in Nebraska. He'd worked with our products in Iowa. In fact, we were involved 2 years before he got to that 442 bushel yield. And if he were here today, he'd tell you that he feels that we had some significant impact of getting him to actually break his own world record that he'd had 2 years previous. But we were excited last year. He got a #1 in the nation. He was one of those 11, one of those 27 on stage last week in Tampa, Florida, and we had 294.26 bushel per acre. So he won actually 2 places in the state, and then he won the nation with that yield. And actually that yield, competing against irrigated, non-irrigated, ridge till, all the various ways that people farm and the way they put their entry in, we were in the top 5 of all the 27 yields in the entire nation with 294 bushel.
Yep, excellent.